Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Callie, and today I am going to be going over all of the books I'm really excited for the month of September. September is my birthday month, so really excited. All right, so starting with September 1st, we have Blood and Honey by Shelby Mahurin. This is the sequel to Serpent and Dove that came out last year that I know Brittany and I really loved this book. We follow a witch in hiding and a very revered witch hunter of this world's church, and they're forced to get married, and our plot just sort of goes on from there. I loved Serpent and Dove, and with the way that book ended, I just need answers. Also, this was originally supposed to be a duology and has now been expanded to a trilogy. So I just am so excited that we're going to be getting more from this world. I love Lou and Reed, and I need more of their wholesomeness in my life. So I'm really excited to get my hands on this book. The next book is another sequel, and that is Greythorne by Christelle Smith. This is the sequel to Bloodleaf. This book has gotten pushed a lot. Also, not a huge fan of this cover change. Bloodleaf is a fantasy retelling of the Goose Girl. So we follow a princess with magic who has basically been kicked out of her own kingdom by her own people for having magic. And she goes into hiding in this other kingdom while also trying to hide from the guards and the people from her kingdom who are trying to hunt her down. And she's also trying to harness her magic at the same time. And there's just a lot going on. Bloodleaf was, I believe, one of our last summer Serpent and Badger book club reads. So I know we were all kind of meh about it, but I'm interested to see where this story's going, because Bloodleaf did kind of end with a relatively good ending, and we didn't really realize that there was a sequel until we looked it up and we're doing all of our reviews and we're like, oh, there's more. So it turns out this is going to be a trilogy, and I'm interested to see if it'll be similar to A Curse So Dark and Lonely, where each book we're following someone different from the story. The next book that I have is Fable by Adrienne Young. This is a seafaring adventure, and that is all that I know about it. It's got a pretty cover. All I know is that it's set at the sea. We have like a daughter of a pirate captain kind of a thing. The piratey seafaring adventures is something that I always gravitate towards, and I will definitely be picking this up depending on reviews. And the last one for September 1st is Unbirthday by Liz Braswell. This is the 11th or 12th book in the Twisted Tales series that Disney is putting on. And this follows the Alice adventures, where if Alice was very, very late. This one feels a little loose for a twist. This is just, I think, if Alice didn't discover Wonderland until a lot later. I would like to see a more interesting twist, but I can't say no to these Disney books. They're all really good, and I just enjoy seeing twists on my favorite Disney movies. All right, the next date is September 8th, and the first book that I have on that is The Memory of Babel by Christelle Dabos. This is the third book in the Mirror Visitor series, which is, I think, technically 4 books are out, but they're slowly being released in English. These are originally in French, and I love this series. It is so whimsical and different. We are basically following Ophelia, who is taken from her floating castle in the sky that is happy and very spring-like to a different castle that is very cold and winter, so that she can be betrothed to earn honor for her house. And this spire is what they're really called, is very political and deceiving, and there's just a lot of things that play in here. So we're following Ophelia, who has 2 magical abilities. She can walk through mirrors, and when she touches objects, she can see their history, which is not powers that you automatically think for being useful, but it creates a lot of interesting dynamics, and it really helps with the plot. And I love Ophelia and all of our cast of characters, even if a lot of it is extremely diabolical and just you never know what to expect. So very excited to get my hands on the third book. The last one for September 8th is Ironheart by Nina Varela. This is the sequel to Crier's War. This was a book that came out last year in an owl crate, and I really enjoyed this story. In this world, basically, the robots have taken over. We have followed two main characters. We follow the Ottoman, I think they're the Ottoman or Ottomay, can't quite remember. The Ottomay princess, who is basically thinks that she's flawed in some way. She thinks her blueprint was wrong and something is wrong with her. And then we follow a human who has fallen into the oppression of the Ottomay and is just seeking revenge. They've killed her family, so her goal is to find the princess of the Ottomay and kill her. And they end up working together for a bunch of reasons, and they end up forming a relationship, which was so cool to watch unravel. It was it's a great enemies to lovers trope, and it was so intriguing to read. There are so many different aspects going on. The relationship of the Ottomay to the humans, what defines humanity. There were a lot of really good questions that this book asked you that you had to really think deeply about, and I love it when a book does that. Next, for September 15th, Horrid by Katrina Leno. This is a horror novel that a girl finds herself inheriting a mansion that is haunted. And it's coming out around autumn time, which is when I want to read all the spooky, scary stuff. So it intrigues me. Plus the cover's really pretty. And I don't know, I'm intrigued. This is another one where I'll probably wait until I see more reviews to actually pick up. It interested me. The last one for September 15th is Legendborn by Tracy Deonn. This, first of all, the cover is what drew me to it, but then the premise is basically, it sounds like a bad X-Men Academy, where this girl, after her mother's death, this guy comes around, she starts to see demons and all this, and he fails to wipe her memory. A secret society called the Legendborn. And secret societies, magic, demons, a guy named Merlin. It has every word that I gravitate towards that are on books. So I'm very, very interested in this, and it's beautiful, and I really want to take a look at it and read this because it just sounds so interesting, and it sounds like it's going to be a play on a lot of different tropes that I know and love. And the last date for September is September 22nd. I have two books for this one. I have The Silvered Serpents by Roshani. This is the sequel to The Gilded Wolves that came out early last year, I think. I actually haven't gotten to it, but it is very, very high up on my TBR, so I will hopefully be getting to it soon. But this cover is really good. Sarah really liked this book, so that's why it's kind of worked its way up into my TBR. And it's set in Paris, and that's all I kind of needed to know. And the last book that I have for September is Smash It by Simone. This is a YA contemporary about a girl in her junior year of high school who is tired of being overlooked and creates a smash it list to make junior year the best year ever. The synopsis, it seems just very intriguing. She starts off her list by joining the musical, and as a former theater geek in high school, I am extremely intrigued to see where this goes. It sounds like a good, just feel-good book that would be a fun pick-me-up. So yeah, so that is my list, September anticipated. So I have listed all of the books down below in the description. Check out that. We still have a ton of links down and below. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. We post videos every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in our next video. Bye!